Guess who's gonna be selling homemade dog treats soon? Us, we's, we gonna be doing it. Yeah, so this is my second batch. I learned a lot from the first batch. This is all the extra chicken gizzardy bits. I realized that piping it in was the best way to make sure that I can maintain the shapes. But yeah, babes, we are gonna be having homemade, healthy, no products added, just slow, dry, dehydrated, whole product foods for our dogs, because I don't know if you've been paying attention, but the food system is getting kind of cray right now for human food, and it's always been all kinds of crazy for dog food. So I just want to provide something that is healthy for my pet companions and for other people's pet companions. So the website will be up very soon, probably within the next week, and we're going to start shipping these babies out nationwide. You feel me? A moment of dog magic. So I woke up and I was thinking about money. Of course, when you were doing a bus build and everything that's going on, money coming in, money going out, you start thinking that maybe the non-paying beings that live around you should be paying to live around you. So I woke up and I asked Yin and Yang, can you please help me manifest some money easily and with the quickness where I do not have to get out of bed and money will just flow to me? And I swear in that moment, the dogs got up, went out of the room, and it sounded like they were just playing. And they come back in both with a piece of this dollar in their mouth, which eventually they start playing tug of war with it because everything is a game to dogs, beings on this planet. We're here just to play, really. And they break it, but they deliver the dollar to me. Where did this dollar come from? I have no idea. But apparently they knew that this bit of currency was somewhere in the house and they wanted to bring it to me. But also, I think to remind me that there really is abundance everywhere. And part of their job is just to be my comforts and guides and to remind me to stop worrying about things that are as silly and fake as money, that I need to also maintain a sense of play, love, and fun. And then everything that I need and all of my resources will actually come to me. All right, it's Monday. And boy, oh boy, does it look dirty in here. I haven't swept. What did we get done last week? This was very hard, getting the air conditioner out. These are taking forever. They just take absolutely forever to come out. Anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour per floor mount. And I have 13 more to go. So let's just not even add that up. I've taken out, as you can see, all of the signs. This is a camera I need to cut and clamp off. I got all these burn marks from trying to get the little metal bits off of the ceiling, but I have some putty, and then this is all gonna get puttied and painted and all that stuff. I could not figure out how to get this off, so they are just gonna live here. I'm just gonna live with it, and we'll make art out of it, maybe put flowers or something. I don't know. This is a whole monster. I wish I could give this to somebody else, like this project. Be like, can you spend like 2 days to figure out how to make this look pretty? Like, I thought about last night of taking more of the foam stuff and just fill it in, and then I could paint it, and then maybe it would just look done. I've also was thinking of covering it with fabric, something that matches and is pretty, and just sort of like decoupage it. There's a piece that goes here. But this part is also kind of just like raggedy, and then I have these holes. It's so many things, and I was trying to get this off. Like, there's just, it feels like endless amounts of projects. To say I'm overwhelmed would be an understatement. This is like, ah! I think that's actually the feeling I'm feeling right now. Yeah. But Yin and Yang are so sweet. I am very thankful that they are in my life. I was just playing with ChatGPT about what to name the I'm blanking on the words. Dyslexia. This is the hardest part about having dyslexia. I mean, the not reading good is also a challenge. But the rapid recall, like I could literally say a word and the next moment not be able to say it at all. Like, couldn't tell you what I just said. It came out my, people were like, but you have such a great memory. I'm like, I know, but then the dyslexia be hitting and I'm just like, I don't know what I was saying. Snacks, dog treats, there we go. To everybody else out there that has dyslexia, you understand what it is to have it, and you just have to laugh through it and love yourself through it, because there's no changing it. Anyway, so I was just on ChatGPT. I'll figure out if I can insert something in here of the mock-up that it made for the dog snacks, and it came up with some really, really good names. One of them I really love is called Yang's Chews and Yin's Treats. I think it's a little too much, but it also has inspired me to write an entire children's book story about two pit bull brothers who were, through life things are on this adventure, and they want to open a bakery and serve food to both humans and animals. And in this world, animals are treated as second-class citizens, even though they wear clothes and pay taxes, and can speak English to the humans. And so it's like, I guess, kind of like Ratatouille. I don't know. I literally 5 seconds before I started this video got the whole download, and I can see how it's going to be very watercolory, pen and ink. I kind of have like an artist crush on I just like her work. Potter, the woman who wrote Peter Rabbit. I love her pen watercolor style. It's so simple, it's so pretty. So something kind of like in that vein of this cute story about two dogs that just want to feed people and love them and share the joys of making food for your community, and how you can bring people together with food. That's the whole story. But anyways, so ChatGPT also made this mock-up of the dog treat bag. I'm in love. I wish it was real. It's gonna be real so soon. I need to put in another batch of gizzards. I need to buy more trays. I only have one tray that I like. The little bones are too small. They're just not for dehydrating. They're perfect for baking, but because everything shrinks when you dehydrate it, you kind of need to fill it up to have it shrink down. And if it's already this big, it shrinks down to nothing. So I just gave Yin and Yang all those little treats because they were just too small. But I need a couple more trays, and I need to experiment with the beef cheek and the beef liver. I want to combine them and see if maybe I can make something that has a different texture than just an organ meat. I don't know if the beef cheek is going to be too fatty. I just gotta play with it, and that's just part of the magic, This 9-year-old vegan here just in the kitchen grinding up beef livers and beef hearts and chicken feet and chicken gizzards. And I'm like, honey, if you had told me that I would be this old of a vegan dealing with animal products and animals, I would be like, you're lying. I am going to be this spiritual guru who just drinks watermelon juice and wears white and sings on the beach all day. That's totally who I was. I had long locks. Y'all don't even know the locked me with, I had beads in my hair and all this gold jewelry. And I was like, we're going to save the world with veganism. The world is falling apart. And honestly though, all the stuff we're having with food and recalls is because of factory farming. So I was right about that. The vegans, the hippies have always been right, and the vegans were right. That because I've been doing this almost 10 years, but I've been in the plant-based world for a lot longer than that. It's yeah, the food system was already crumbling more than 15 years ago, and now we are seeing the end of it, which is kind of why I'm very interested in making this healthy dog food, because dogs are a part of us. They are a part of the system. And so if our food is contaminated, their food is contaminated. My health and their health are intertwined. That's like a main principle of like anarchy, is like mutual aid. Like, I benefit from them being alive, happy, and healthy on this planet. They also benefit from me being alive, happy, healthy on this planet. So, and if food is an essential part of that, then that means I need to focus on food and how to give it, what the temperature should be, how much protein, how much bone, how much fat, like all of those things. And those are things I've had to learn, like being a vegan too, of like, what does my body need now versus the winter, the summer, the spring. I'm 9 years older, so my body, I notice, needs a lot more protein and water than when I was 9 years younger. Like, things have changed. And that's okay that, you know, things are changing, but we just have to like really, really honor and like go with the flow. And I'm feeling very drawn towards food. I've also seen marked improvements in yin and yang's coat health and their nails. I cannot keep up with their nails. Their nails are growing so fast that I'm just like, y'all need a pedicure like every other week now. Like, do y'all have acrylics or something? Are y'all, because they're just like click-clacking all around because I changed their diet. I before was giving them kibble with toppers, but I've just been giving them like meat, organ meat, and cooked vegetables. And I really feel like, honestly, the cooked vegetables is kind of like, has really been the game changer. And that's like a whole other video. So these are all of the updates of what's going on. I'm feeding yin and yang whole foods. They get broccoli, carrots, spinach, tomatoes, they get fruit, they get ginger, turmeric, pepper, probiotics, as well as they've kind of been chickentarians, I'm not gonna lie, because everything's expensive. But they get some beef. They were like had a whole week of pork tenderloins, which made them pee a lot, which is just interesting about like energetics in a body. I noticed that they had to pee all the time when I gave them the pork, where the beef, I feel like they pee the least. Like, I get kind of worried that they aren't peeing as much, and the chicken feels like they go out and need to pee around the same amount. This is all the stuff I be writing in the grimoire. Like, if you ever wonder like what's in the grimoire, it's stuff like this. It's like their poop diaries. It's like, how much have they peed, how much have they eaten, to try to keep track of all of like how they are progressing and moving along. Yeah, so they get most of that. I did give them white rice once. I thought maybe I would try to like add it in, but it made them poop so much that I was like, this is not worth it. I felt like I had given them like really cheap dog food by the way that it just like ran right through them. And so it's just like, they don't need that kind of like filler food. They just need proteins, organ meats, cooked vegetables, with high amounts of water. They basically get soup every day. They get like 2 types of soup every day, and then I give them a little bit of kibble here and there to help with finances, as well as like I'm not ready to take them fully off of kibble yet. Like, I think maybe once I get settled in the bus and everything, and I feel like money is coming in consistently, life is getting a little bit more consistent, then I'll pull them off of kibble. But you know what? Who cares? Like, whose parents didn't take them to Burger King or Checkers and gave them like a milkshake and fries and called it dinner? Like, that's how I feel about kibble. I'm just like, listen, we having dog Dominoes today, okay? It's called kibbles. We have little kibbles. Ding dong, food's ready. And I'm like, I pour the food and I lay myself back down and we just call it a night and we go to bed. And then the next day I'll get up and I'll make them some fresh, boiled, sauteed, steamed, or whatever, hand chopped, hand ground, ham flambéed food for their liking, and then we move on. Like, I just see it as like, that to me is like holistic. When I was younger in my veganism, holistic never included junk food. It never included processed food. But now, 9 years vegan, 9 years older, I'm just like, baby, there is nothing wrong with getting you some dog Dominoes, some canned food here and there. It's about like what you ate in a whole year cycle that really matters, and way less about what you eat like day to day to day, hour by hour by hour. That's diet culture that has us like hyper focusing in on like how many calories you get today, how many proteins you get today. It's like, no. Like, just focus on like from, you know, like I'm looking at it from like June until now. How have they progressed? Like months. And then we won't check back in until probably like February and be like, how have things changed now? We've gone through different seasons. You know, they've gone through different things. We're in different areas, different bacterias. how has it changed? So yeah, that's where I'm at with the food and the food diary and making this like dog treat snack company come together with ChatGPT, because I love ChatGPT. I love it because I can just like talk to it and ask it questions, and it just gives me endless like answers back to it. I feel like I've always been a huge Star Trek fan, especially Next Generation. Data, I love Data so much. Love Data so much. I feel like Data is autism. Like Data is autism, you know? And so using ChatGPT to like work out these questions and things, I feel like I'm just talking to Data. And I'm like, Data, wow, you gave me some really great ideas. Like, these are really great names. And so now my brain can take that information and I can use my human brain to expand it into like, I mean, literally, it gave me one little sentence: Yang's chews and Yin's treats, and I've already built an entire children's story like from front. I can actually, this is part of my autistic brain, I can actually see the cover of it. It's very like golden yellows, and and one dog is in like blues and greens, and the other one is in like they're like same. So like one is a little bit more blue and green, one is a little more green and blue, with their little plaid vests and like their little bow ties, and they're like dressed like proper men. I can see the whole story from one line that the ChatGPT gave me. That's the autism, right? It's just now focusing in on it and like bringing it from the mental into the physical. That is the challenge, and that's where the ADHD comes in to just try to distract you, but we don't have time for that. So anyways, this video is at 14 minutes. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and watch like how I'm building a bus for my dogs, for my dog training business and my dog snack business. Like, there's a lot of things that are going into this space, and it's all gonna work out. This is also not the first time I've built a business out of a tiny home, because I don't see any of this as a limitation. It's just like excitement, even though the excitement can be terrifying. It's okay to be scared and doing things that you want to do. Both can live in the body simultaneously, even if it makes your tummy hurt sometimes. All right. I love you. I'm going to get to work. I finally feel like ankle grinding. Whew. Whew. One day this will be over and I'll look back and I'll just be like, remember when I spent like 4 weeks with an ankle grinder in my hand?
Look at this. This is what I've been grinding for what feels like forever. That is some deep, deep steel. It's really cool. Isn't it so beautiful? Whew. Life is beautiful even if it's terrifying and full of terrifyingly scary, beautiful things. All right, half done, half to go.
We did it. We got all of the seat mounts out. I did 12 today. Most days I've only been able to do like 2 or 3, but I think I finally figured it out. I figured out like how to make, honestly, probably like 8 cuts, and I got this thing out. But there's only like, 20 of them, and it took me to the last. I guess it took me 10 to figure out, and then I got 12 down really well. So it is what it is. So now I can focus on walls and then patching every freaking hole in this floor. There are so many holes. But I'm just happy that this part is done. This was a really, really hard task. Also, these up here, I don't know how to get them up. I don't know. So, again, I'm just going to leave them. I was thinking about it, and I was like, we're just going to leave them. And maybe make it whimsical or something. And I still have 2 seats to get rid of, and I still have to go to the dump. But, we're moving forward. That's all I know. End of another Monday. Ooh.